After decades of climbing, China's economy may finally have peaked. Its double-digit growth rate transformed a country mired in poverty. The growth fueled by massive construction and cheap labor. Paul Johnson looks at what's causing the slowdown now and what it means for the rest of the world.
Here's a snapshot of China's economy. Talk to the apartment salesman in Beijing's crowded Dongjimen neighborhood.
I
didn't see any big growth in property business this year. It feels mostly flat, says Jackie Chen. An anecdote that seems to match the data emerging from a country where annual growth of around 10% was considered a given. China's leaders this week were talking about stabilizing growth in the 7% range. China now has vast tracts of newly built but empty apartments. And this week, they announced a massive audit of the debt taken out to support all that construction. It could be more than $1 trillion.
For more than 30 years now, China's economy has been moving at breakneck speed. But some observers now think that period may be coming to an end. China's economy will still grow, but not nearly as fast.
There's definitely a structural shift. I mean, China is pricing itself out at the low end of the manufacturing market.
Hard to believe, but the downside of China's economic miracle is that there are now lots of places where labor is even cheaper than in China, prompting some analysts to talk about the PC-16, the so-called post-China group of 16 countries where low-end manufacturing is already starting to move to.
You know, one of the biggest stories has been for a while, get out of China if you're a manufacturer.
A Chinese slowdown is likely to be felt everywhere. Resource exporting firms in places like Canada could face a drop in demand. But consumers could also see cheaper food and fuel if China is less likely to bid up their prices on the global marketplace. Back in Dongjimen, there's already a sense of nostalgia for the boom years. It may take a long while to get back to the good old days, says Mr. Shen. For many young salesmen in China, this is the first time they've ever used words like the good old days. Paul Johnson, Global News, Beijing.